This is the last video of our lecture series for EPFO 2023 and you must watch it before taking your exam. Jupiter Icy Moon Explorer. This is the large-scale mission for exploration of Jupiter's icy moon being led by European Space Agency and among the largest international outer solar system probes in history. European countries, Japan and US will be the part of this mission. Bangalore is all set to have India's first 3D printed post office. K. Kellappan played a dominant role in the famous Vaikom Satyagraha and was the leader of the Guruvayur Satyagraha in 1932. It was at Gandhiji's request that he ended his fast at Guruvayur. Mughal Emperor Farooq Siyar granted a farman to the East India Company, which is regarded as Magna Carta in the year 1717. As per the farman, import and export duty of the company was exempted from the custom duty. The Government of India Act 1919 provided for limited voting rights to women. Only women with certain income criteria could be enfranchised by provinces if they wished to do so. However, women were not allowed to contest election. Ram Prasad Bismil, through his revolutionary organization Matrivedi, and Gendalal Dikshit, through his armed youth organization Shivaji Samiti, mobilized youths in Etawah, Manpuri, Agra and Shahjahanpur to collect funds for the party through loot of the government treasury in 1918, and the whole plan came to be known as Manpuri Conspiracy. Pandit Nehru was invited by Viceroy Webber on 12th August 1946 to form an interim government. It was formed on 2nd September 1946. Great Lakes region of North America is famous for the mining of iron ore. The Reserve Bank of India follows the principle of reciprocity and single mode of presence with respect to foreign banks. Jhamarkotra rock phosphate mine is located near Udaipur in Rajasthan, and this mine is the largest open cast mine in India. Himalayan frontal fault separated the Great Plains of India from Sivalik. Wilson Hills is a hill station in the Indian state of Gujarat, and this stands in a densely forested region close to the Pangalbari Wildlife Sanctuary. White colored forms are for resident Indians, and blue colored forms for NRIs, foreign venture capital investors, and foreign institutional investors. The first business-to-business global conference and expo on traditional medicine under Shanghai Cooperation Organization, hosted by the Assam government to promote traditional medicine. Kritagya 3.0 was launched by ICAR to promote speed breeding for crop improvement. Dendrology, called forest dendrology or geology, study of characteristics of trees, shrubs, lianas and other woody plants. Laminaria and macrocystis are algae used in iodine making, and Arnabina is used as a biofertilizer. Svedberg unit to measure time. Corpuscular theory of light was given by Isaac Newton. Gangavaram port is located in Andhra Pradesh and is deepest port in India. Mullyanagiri is the highest peak of Karnataka, and it is located in the Chandradrona hill ranges. Satpad of Chilka Lake is the home of Irrawaddy dolphins in India, and it is located in the state of Odisha. National Board for Wildlife is a statutory organization constituted under the Wildlife Protection Act 1972. It is chaired by India's Prime Minister and its Vice Chairman is Ministry of Environment. The Changwon Declaration highlights positive action for ensuring human well-being and security in the future under the following themes, and themes are water, climate change, people's livelihood and health, land use change and biodiversity. There are total of 31 major marine protected areas in India covering coastal areas that have been notified under Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Child marriage is most prevalent in West Bengal and followed by Bihar, Tripura and Jharkhand. A transformer that develops the high voltage in a home television is commonly called a flyback. Researchers at the Indian Institute of Technology Madras have developed a robot to clean septic tanks without human intervention, and it is named HomoSep. The product development was further supported by GAIL India. The WHO has announced new names for variation of the monkeypox virus to avoid causing any cultural or social offense. Experts will refer the former Congo Basin clade in Central Africa as clade 1 and former West Africa clade as clade 2. So clade for monkeypox. Croatia adopted the euro currency and entered Europe's passport-free Schengen zone after nearly a decade after joining the European Union. As of now, there are 6 classical languages of India which are listed in the 8th schedule of the Constitution: Tamil since 2004, Sanskrit since 2005, Kannada 2008, Telugu 2008, Malayalam 2013, and the recent one is Odisha, that is in 2014. The process of transferring the debit and credit items from a journal to their respective accounts in ledger is called posting. 3 different types of accounts in accounting are real, personal and nominal account. The contingent liability is a liability that may occur depending on the outcome of the uncertain future event. Preparing a trial balance for a company serves to detect any mathematical errors that have occurred in the double entry counting system. If total debit equals total credit, then the trial balance is considered to be balanced and there should be no mathematical errors in the ledger. Life insurance premium is classified as a personal account since the insurance premium paid represents the amount paid for an individual. Ministry of Earth Sciences, through its autonomous institute, National Institute of Ocean Technology, has developed low temperature thermal desalination technology for conversion of seawater to potable water. James Webb Space Telescope has spotted carbon dioxide in the atmosphere of a planet in another solar system. The Ice Sheets Mass Balance Intercomparison Exercise (IMBE) issues regular reviews of the state of planet's ice sheets. It is supported by US and European space agencies. As per the scientists, mass loss from Greenland and Antarctica is now responsible for a quarter of all sea level rise. NASA Johnson Space Center's thermal vacuum chamber has interior conditions that are similar to those found on the moon. The World Bank president David Malpass had announced his resignation months after sparking controversy by failing to say whether he accepted the fossil fuels were driving the climate crisis. Kerala government constituted Pattaya Mission to resolve issues related to land records. Pattaya Mission is from Kerala. The Pradhan Mantri Ayushman Bharat Health Infrastructure Mission was launched in October 2021 with an aim to strengthen healthcare infrastructure across India. A milestone has been achieved under the Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission, as over 25 crore health records have been successfully linked to Ayushman Bharat health accounts. The Trade Union Act came into operation from 1st June 1927. Minimum 7 trade union members required in registering themselves as a union, and Section 8 of the Trade Union Act deals with the registration of trade unions. And 2/3 of the total members' consent is required to change the name of the registered trade union. The arbitration award shall remain in operation for a period of 1 year as mentioned in the Industrial Dispute Act 1947. As per Section 22, a conciliation proceeding shall be deemed to have commenced on a date on which strike or lockout is received by conciliation officer. This Section 22 is from Industrial Dispute Act 1947. Article 200 and 201. The Governor has the power to withhold the assent to a bill along with reserving the bill for the consideration of the President. And what is subordinate legislation? This is a secondary legislation or the process by which the executive is given powers by primary legislation to make laws in order to implement and administer the requirements of that primary legislation. Such law is a law made by the person or body other than the legislature but with the legislature's authority. In reference to 5th schedule areas, the Gram Sabha has been vested with wide-ranging powers under Panchayat Extension to Schedule Areas Act 1996 to safeguard and preserve traditions and customs of the people and their cultural identity and community resources and customary mode of dispute resolution. Meher Shah Committee on Restructuring the Central Water Commission and Central Groundwater Board was formed in 2016. The Central Water Commission is coordinating with states for the implementation of schemes for the conservation and utilization of water resources. Tropical rainforest covers about 7% of the Earth's surface and 40% of the world's plant and animal species. An energy pyramid reflects the laws of thermodynamics, with conversion of solar energy to chemical energy and heat energy at each trophic level, and with loss of energy as well. Hence, the pyramid is always upright with a large energy base at the bottom. Amensalism is a relationship in which one species is harmed and the other is unaffected. WHO recommends that the sound level indoors should be less than 30 decibel. Rhizofiltration, a water remediation technique that involves the uptake of contaminants by plant roots, and it is used to reduce contamination in natural wetlands and estuary areas. IOC or Indian Oil Corporation has started exports of aviation gasoline, which is used to operate unmanned air vehicles and small planes. For the first time in the nation's history, India is exporting fuel. The first consignment of 80 barrels of aviation gas, named AV Gas 100 LL, was shipped from the Jawaharlal Nehru Port Trust to Papua New Guinea. Delhi Chief Minister launched the real-time source apportionment supersite, and it is a joint venture of the Delhi Pollution Control Committee, IIT Delhi and IIT Kanpur and TERI. North India's first nuclear power plant is coming up in Gorakhpur in Haryana. The Trends in Maternal Mortality report was released recently by WHO, UNICEF, UNFPA, World Bank Group and UNDESA. It provides globally comparable estimates at the international, regional and global levels and trends between the years 2000 to 2020. In 2020, approximately 100 women died from preventable causes associated with pregnancy and childbirth. This means that a woman died every 2 minutes during that year. Photochemical smoke is a mixture of pollutants that are formed when nitrogen oxides and volatile organic compounds react to sunlight and creating a brown haze above cities. It tends to occur more often in summer because that is when we have most sunlight. Financial accountancy is governed by local as well as international accounting standards. Limitations of financial accounting: inadequate information to fix up the price of product manufactured, then lack of data for comparison of cost of operation of the firm with other firms in the industry, and then the data available is historical in nature. These are the limitations of financial accountancy. 9th schedule was added to the Constitution by the First Amendment in 1951 along with Article 31B with a view to provide protective umbrella to land reform laws to save them from being challenged in the court on the grounds of violation of fundamental rights. Geospatial technology is an emerging technique to study real Earth's geographic information using geographical information system, remote sensing and other ground information from various devices and instruments. The Mahadai River rises in Karnataka from the Bhimgad Wildlife Sanctuary in Khanpur Taluk of Karnataka's Belgavi district, Mahadai River. In 1921, Subhash Chandra Bose quit his high-paying ICS job in England to join India's struggle for independence. He started a newspaper titled Swaraj, and he was sent to prison in 1925 and was released in 1927. And after his release, he was made the president of the All India Youth Congress and the secretary of the Bengal State Congress. In 1930, he became the mayor of Calcutta. On February 18, 1946, 1,100 Indian sailors of HMIS Talwar and Royal Indian Navy Signal School in Bombay declared a hunger strike against the conditions of the Indians in the Navy, and the very next day somewhere between 10,000 to 20,000 soldiers joined this strike. The fair and remunerative price is the price declared by the government which mills are legally bound to pay to the farmers for the cane procured from them. The FRP is fixed by Union Government Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs on the basis of recommendations of CACP, that is Commission for Agricultural Costs and Prices. And the payment of FRP across the country is governed by Sugarcane Control Order 1966. It mandates payment within 14 days of the date of delivery of the sugarcane. Non-fungible tokens are non-fungible. That means the value of one non-fungible token is not equal to another, and every art is different from other, making it non-fungible and unique. Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority is the regulatory body for overall supervision and regulation of the pension in India. Operates under the jurisdiction of Ministry of Finance in the Government of India and established in 2003 based on the recommendations of the Indian Government OSIS report, and was the part of this establishment of the Indian National Pension Scheme. Human immunodeficiency virus or HIV is an infection that attacks the immune system by destroying the body's immune cells called CD4, which help in respond to infection. Prevention of Money Laundering Act was enacted in 2002 and came into force in 2005. And it is to curb money laundering and to provide for seizure of property derived from the money laundering. Sustainable Development Goal 3, Target 3.1 is to reduce maternal mortality to less than 70 deaths per 1 lakh lives birth by 2030. ALMA is a state-of-the-art telescope that studies celestial objects at millimeter and sub-millimeter wavelengths, and they can penetrate through dust clouds and help astronomers examine dim and distant galaxies and stars out there. ALMA is operated under a partnership among the United States, 16 countries in Europe, Canada, Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, and Chile. Delhi Commission for Protection of Child Rights launched Bal Mitra, a WhatsApp chatbot to provide communication support to children and parents in Delhi. Now, International Seabed Authority, that's headquartered in Jamaica, established in 1994. It is an intergovernmental body of 167 members, and the European Union established under the 1932 United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea and its 1994 Agreement on Implementation. Trade Union and Labor Relations Act 1992 in industrial relations defines the term trade union. Two-thirds of the total members' consent is required to change the name of the registered trade union. Long-term assets that have no physical existence but are rights that have value is known as intangible assets. An intangible asset is an asset that is not physical in nature, like goodwill, brand recognition. Intellectual property such as patents, trademarks, and copyrights are all intangible assets. The debts that are to be repaid within a short period are known as current liabilities, and current liabilities are companies' debts or obligations that are due within 1 year or within a normal operating cycle. Journals are also referred to as a book of original entries, and the information in this book is then summarized and posted into the general ledger from which financial statements are produced. Memorandum of Understanding about Department of Biotechnology, Government of India and ICAMR and International AIDS Vaccine Initiative of USA. The Memorandum of Understanding aims to contribute towards development of improved biomedical tools and technologies to prevent and treat HIV, TB, COVID-19 and other infectious and neglected diseases. Ministry of Defense inaugurated payroll automation for disbursement of monthly allowances, that is PADM. It is an automated pay and allowances model for the Indian Coast Guard. Director General of Foreign Trade (DGFT) has introduced paper import monitoring system.